They suffer from this. Sleep apnea. That's an interesting guess. They suffer from having a boss who is younger than them.
Oh, weird.
Why is it suffering? Because I think that's the first time you realize, man, I'm old. Like, up to that point, your boss is always older than you. You know what I mean? I mean, think about it. That's the cycle of life. When you're going along, then all of a sudden, because there have been a couple of radio jobs recently, like where I've been on an interview, you know, before we came here, and it was like, how old are you?
Well, our PD from our last radio station was younger than me.
Yeah, but he had the ability, you know what I mean? Like, you know, A was really tall, so I was like that.
He sounded like the challenger rather than the confident occupant of the office.
Yeah, he really did. I kept waiting for Romney to say, so why haven't you?
That's a good question. I mean, when he on any of these issues that he brought up, and I thought that Romney was both respectful, but he was also statesmanlike. He pointed out that the president had shortchanged Israel, that he had apparently been way too friendly with the folks in Iran, that he'd thrown Poland under the bus, Israel under the bus, that he'd promised more flexibility to Russia. I thought Romney did a good job of making the point that the president has not done a good job without stooping to the level that the president stooped to, because apparently the president was so fired up to show what a powerhouse he is on foreign policy that he kind of went over the top and ended up sounding just a little bit petty and small rather than the kind of person you'd expect to be already occupying the office.
Exactly. I thought that they told him, now you need to act mad, Mr. President. You need to look upset. Because you didn't look mad and upset the last time. So I thought, if anything, you should have got a good grade at acting.
That's not a bad point at all. And I still want people to take note of the fact, on the question of sequestration, the president said, well, I didn't do that. The Congress did. Well, you signed the law, Mr. President. Of course you did it. If the Congress had passed it and you'd refused to sign it, I guess, or if he'd vetoed it, he could have simply said, I'm not going to sign it. I'm going to veto it because it doesn't match with what I want to do. But he's got to take ownership of that.
Lars, has he ever been checked out? Has he ever had a real job?
Well, you know, I guess it depends on how you define a job. I define a job as working for a for-profit company that makes something of value. And I don't mean methamphetamine, cocaine, or marijuana. I'm talking about a legal for-profit company. He's worked as a community organizer, got a check for that. He did have one job where he worked in a corporation that he wrote about in his book, Dreams from My Father. And as Dinesh D'Souza pointed out in 2016, he talked about in his own book, I'm operating, you know, I'm inside the belly of the beast. I'm behind enemy lines, I think was the term he used, as though working for an American corporation was so antithetical to his beliefs that when he worked for an actual for-profit corporation, he had to tell people he was behind enemy lines. Well, if corporations and companies are the enemy, you think you can figure out why America doesn't have more jobs today?
The fact that I think he's a Harvard lawyer, and the fact that, if I understand it correct, he's worth over $10 million. And then after, if he doesn't run again, or doesn't get elected, he's going to be worth millions of dollars doing, speeches everywhere.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, here's the short course on that, Jackie. His estimated net worth is $10.5 million, according to the filings that every politician has to make to run for office, and he will make millions on speeches and books if he chooses to do so.
The Lars Larson Show. We are your election station 24/7. On air, online, mobile. FM News 101, KXL.
Good afternoon. It's 3:30. I'm Rosemary Reynolds. It has been, to put it mildly, a volatile couple of days on the stock market. The Dow lost more than 240 points today, and KXL's Chris Brown gets an opinion on the turmoil.
Professional investors know what goes up must come down.
Markets went up, but it's actually straight up. Healthy market that we were due for a correction.
Which is part of what we're seeing. Troy Reinhardt with Northwest Quadrant Wealth Management says we're also seeing more trouble in Europe and a bit of flatlining growth-wise from some major companies. Then there's the series of presidential debates.
You know, that never instills a lot of positive mood in anybody, and people are nervous. This is going to be a very close election.
Reinhardt expects after the election, investors will settle down a bit no matter who wins. Chris Brown, FM News 101.
You could say he's a lucky man. Murray Magnus of Portland is $9.2 million richer after he won last week's Megabucks drawing. He bought a $5 per pick ticket at an Albertson store. He'll get $368,000 a year for the next 25 years. Your closing bell numbers, the Dow closed down 243 points today. NASDAQ slipped 27. S&P 500 dropped 21. FM News 101 traffic with Jeremy Scott.
Slow right already north of town as you make your way to Vancouver. I-5 northbound Delta Park to the Interstate Bridge has a 6-minute delay. In Vancouver, have an accident northeast 49th Street and 112th Avenue. Moves good on I-5 southbound, particularly past the Markham Bridge down into those two-liter curves. On the west side, still a clear drive on the Sunset inbound, all the way from 217 to the Vista Ridge Tunnel. It's slow on the east side Banfield Freeway either direction from 28th Avenue to Lloyd. I'm Jeremy Scott from the Traffic Center.
Lots of action today with temps in the low 50s, scattered showers, hail, thunderstorms that could be strong. Get ready for a busy afternoon. I'm KGW News Channel 8 meteorologist Nick Allen for FM News 101.
52 now in Portland. We pay cash weekly for the best news tip. When you see news happen, give us a call here at 877-7884-KXL.
Launch your Clip Radio app now and get ready to clip it. Hey, if you got dirty carpets, it's not a great feeling, right? That's why you should do what I do. Call my friends at Zero Res. Give those carpets a thorough cleaning. You'll love how your carpets will look and feel and smell. Their non-toxic, patented empowered water has no soap, no shampoo, and leaves zero residue behind, hence the name. So your carpets feel soft, not crunchy, and stay cleaner longer. Get 3 rooms clean for just $135. And if you do what I did, you'll take advantage of Zero Res expertise and have them clean your air ducts too. Boy, that's nasty. It's a great time to clean out the dust and the allergens built up in those vents, since you may be getting ready to fire up your heating system. I was amazed to see what they pulled out of my vents. They took pictures. It was grotesque. For a limited time, they're offering a great special. Hire Zero Res to do a whole house air duct cleaning, and they'll clean 2 rooms of carpet free of charge. 2 rooms of carpet clean free when having an air duct cleaning. That's a $90 value. Call now, 503-946-6955. 946-6955. Online, ZeroResPortland.com.
Think your Toyota deserves the very best in maintenance? So does Toyota. That's why you owe it to yourself to take your vehicle to your local Toyota dealer, where you're guaranteed to have factory-trained technicians using genuine Toyota parts. Sure, you can take it elsewhere, but why risk it when they don't specialize in everything there is to know about your Toyota? When it comes down to it, genuine Toyota parts and service are simply better for your car. And during the month of October, when you purchase 3 tires at regular retail price, you'll receive the 4th tire for just $1. Just go to buyatoyota.com and click on the Parts and Service tab to schedule an appointment. And while you're there, don't forget to check out Toyota's newest models. Now that's a lot for less. Toyota. First 3 tires at regular price, hazardous waste fees, mounting, balancing, and regular extra non-valid and non-flat tires not available with all brands. All 4 tires must be installed at time of purchase. Valid only at participating local Toyota dealerships. Toyota vehicles only cannot be combined. See participating dealer for details. Offer ends 10/31/12.
Hey, I've been thinking, I need a place to stay, so you get a new roommate. Hey, this kitchen, okay? I'm just gonna put the stuff right here. What stuff? Okay, let's assess the food situation. Are we sharing or what?
We're not sure.
Okay, great. Well, for me.
Enough's enough. Don't let mice settle in this winter. Decon bait pellets can kill a mouse in 1 feeding. Guaranteed or your money back. Decon. Get out.
Hi, I'm Mark Tippy, owner of the Cut Above Exteriors. The rainy weather will be here before you know it. So now is the perfect time to replace your siding, roofing, windows, or doors. And who better to call than a Cut Above Exteriors, the #1 rated exterior contractor in Oregon according to Qualified Remodeler magazine. And winner of Angie's List prestigious Super Service Award 6 years in a row. Call us, Google us, or visit us at cutaboveexteriors.com.
CCB number 153847.
More with Lars right now on FM News 101.
I think Governor Romney maybe hasn't spent enough time looking at how our military works. You mentioned the Navy, for example, and that we have fewer ships than we did in 1960. Well, Governor, we also have fewer horses and bayonets because the nature of our military has changed. We have these things called aircraft carriers where planes land on them. We have these ships that go underwater, nuclear submarines.
And so the question is not a game of battleship where we're counting ships. It's what are our capabilities?
That was President Barack Obama at his snarkiest best last night, and I would rather talk to somebody like former American Congressman Duncan Hunter about issues involving the United States military because he knows them well from his service in the United States Congress. Congressman, good to have you back on the program.
Hey, great to be with you, Lars.
I know you're out of the Congress now, but what did you make of last night's debate and the President's comments about what we do and don't need when it comes to a Navy?
Well, I can tell you a few guys that are staying away from the phone today after President Obama said the 287 ships that we have today are adequate. And that is Admiral William Burke, who is his Deputy Chief of Naval Operations, and it's also Admiral John Blake, who is the Deputy Chief of Naval Operations for Capabilities, because both of those admirals appeared before Congress this year, and they testified, and I've got their testimony right in front of me right now. They both testified that to meet the requests of the combatant commanders, those are the naval leaders out on the oceans of the world, to meet their requests, quote, we would need